Back to PowerWash Simulator. They have actually added another... Oh, I thought they'd added another free thing upcoming. Bonus jobs, that's where it was, I think. There we go. Satellite dish, food truck, and then a bonus job in the desert. Which apparently needs a certain number of stars to actually do, which is interesting. Why they're in the bonus jobs, I'm not sure. I expected them to be into the specials. But we don't care about that. We need to start the subway. It's been a while. It's going to take a long time. This will be a multi-session job for sure. But as they say, the best way to get anything done is to get started. So we may as well get started. I believe the achievement for this was to clean the advertising boards first. So we may as well do that. In my previous one, actually getting through this map the first time in early access, I think I cleaned them last, which is kind of ironic. Welcome to Mars. This for extremely great, took time to come all the way out here. What? This? I'm not on Mars. I feel they've got a bug in there. They said they'd added new things to some of their stuff. That's meant to play for the bonus job of the Mars rover, I'm guessing. But for some reason it's playing as soon as you jump into a map. That's kind of odd. That's a bit broken. They'll probably fix that up. Maybe. The exploratory rover has been contaminated. I've done that one. Well, maybe I haven't actually under this. But then the specials never retain... They never actually retain their completion stats anyway. I have to go red on this one. Can you just shut up, Galactus Industries? So I'm not on that job and I don't care about you. Yeah, it's just like running through all of the prompts that are in relation to the Mars rover. Even though I'm in the subway. Oh, maybe I can just like clip this and do a Steam post or something. When exposed, the individual cannot help but act with absolute integrity. Release that in Parliament. Vote Jeff for 1984. The book or the year? Just need turbo on this stuff. I'll... Caldera City Dirty. What? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, that was extremely generous. I'll take that. Hopefully more features in this will be just as generous as that was. Because I'm going to need all the help I can get. Well, the tunnel light isn't. That's probably because I need to do the sides and probably the top as well, come to think of it. Yep. And the splash from this probably isn't enough. Oh, there we go, it was. Nice. Okay, once again, let's just go over it with the yellow, and then we'll tidy up the lines with the red. Okay, now we're finally getting the things about the subway. Statistics on our railroad systems. is. Keep winning. But now he's probably not going to say anything more until we hit 20%, so... And that'll be a while. Local legend. Yeah, I wonder who did the tagging on this. So if that last one was super generous, I probably don't need to be too precise on this. If there's little bits of paint left over, not going to be the end of the world. We'll just do a pretty decent scrub across this. Really going to have to make sure we've got some decent posture on this map, given how long it'll take us to do. Going to be staring at these advertising hoardings for quite a while. Be nice if some of the other names on there were like some sort of Easter egg to some of the other characters in the game. But I don't recognize any of them. Only Miller, who's the dude that we actually cleaned this car for. Wow, okay. That really wanted me to finish that one off. And now we're going to back up here to do this bit. Nice. And we've got some other lights. We haven't actually been doing the lights as we go along. Normally, I've just been doing the ones next to the advertising. But it's nice to add a little bit of illumination. Given it, oh, this one is super dirty. So someone's gone around and given it a paint border. That's annoying. Should probably do like the edges as well. Not that it seems to matter. I really need to make a thumb button the rotate. If I even can. I'm not sure if I can. That'd be handy. I like that, written by Lexicon. Okay, now let's work our way around this border. I do definitely love the aim mode now, so I can just stay in one spot, just work my way around. Just got it on, constantly spraying. Just a light hand on the mouse. Don't have to keep holding down the trigger. What would be really handy is if there was like eye tracking controls so you could just look and it would just aim where you're looking, if that was accurate enough. I think that wouldn't be quite accurate enough. Probably gonna ding soon anyway. Don't have to be too exact on a lot of this stuff. There we go. Top of the light, inside of the light. Wow, okay, didn't even need to do the surround. Sweet. That, and along the bottom, because why not? Decreases the amount that I'm likely to have to do in the middle. I'm glad that they made the Helter Skelter into a rocket ship and not something else. I feel that could have gone two ways. Zero out of 10, don't bother. Harsh. There's like some ingrained stains on this one as well as the paint. You'd think that, I guess blue stands out, but if you're trying to do like a rocket taking off, I think the red would have been a bit better. Actually, another fun control mechanism for this could be a graphics tablet. Just literally draw on the screen. That would be kind of amusing. So that's what it feels like you're doing half the time. It's basically reverse painting. It's like a paint gun, but you're just doing it in reverse. Taking all the stains away. Alright, how many more ads are there along this wall? Is there another couple? Or I forget how long this tunnel is. So not only did they put in 2 tracks when one probably would have done, they made it very long. Okay, that is all that there is to it. That's good. We'll do the lights, because why not? I mean, for the achievement you have to only do the advertising boards first, but I've already got the achievement, so I'm just doing this. I'm basically going to do one tunnel in the other tunnel, and then I'll finish off the map by doing the center. That's my rough plan. And we're 1% done after like 10 minutes. Hopefully that's not too much of an omen. This one's taking a while. Yeah, some of them have been really quick. That one took a while. Oh, there's some mold on these apparently. I don't know how glass gets moldy, but... I mean, you get mold growing on glass, but then it's not very ingrained. You can wipe it off pretty easily. Really need to be just slightly higher to get a better view on some of the stuff. And then we've got this big cable running along that we're going to need to get the top of as well, of course. When we need to move the ladder off the platform anyway to be able to clean underneath it, so we're going to be making heavy use of the ladder in this one, I think. I feel that in the early access run of this, I probably barely used the ladder at all. I think I used it a little bit along the middle section, but other than that, I had the PowerWash by now, fairly certain, and it managed to blast everything, whereas this just reaching the ceiling, so even that left some stains. Eesh. This is going to take a while. And this light I can't reach the top of properly anyway. Okay, well, you know what? Ladder. Oh, I can't put it on that side? That's really annoying. That's super annoying. Why can't I lean it up against that wall? Well, that's rude. Okay, well. Oops. Up we go. Let's just get the top of it at least. What's annoying is that the one cable runs the whole length. And also we can't easily do directly underneath where the ladder is either. But we can at least do the top of the cable here. So once we've done one bit here, then we can move the ladder to the next section down. And we can also do the opposing wall. So we've got a bit of a better angle on it. How about the extra long extension? Is that enough? Or are we going to have to red nozzle this entire wall? God, this is going to take forever. This is like Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel on his back. Seems to be doing a good enough job directly opposite us, but once it gets slightly off angle, then it's just not powerful enough, and we're going to have to resort to the red. That's a terrifying proposition. And even this isn't doing everything cleanly. It's a case of how generous it's going to be as well. Probably not very. I mean, we can hope. I think the walls separate halfway down or something. They're not like the full length of the platform. I mean, given that we're having to go quite slow over it with the yellow anyway, it's probably just as good just to use the red and just do it line by line. It's just too easy to miss bits is the problem. It'd be nice if I could just have a scaffold just on the tracks, so I could be level with it. Just bring a train in for me to stand on top of. I guess what I can also do is just do a job, do the best I can, or at least just go over it with the yellow to start with, and then get to the middle points and figure out from there, okay, how bad is this? How much more effort do I need to put in? How generous is it going to be? I mean, there's all of this mold that I'm going to have to clear off one way or the other, I'm sure. I can just get closer to it down the bottom anyway, at least. I don't need to be on the ladder for this bit. So scaffold would actually be better for being able to get the ceiling, though. Okay, well. So here we are at least closer. Oh, but it's because it's mold, it doesn't matter if we're close with the yellow, it's still not going to work. Okay. Red it is. Yeah, as soon as it turns to mold, we just have to red nozzle it. There's no amount of taking it slowly or getting closer is going to make enough difference. Kind of do it like tile by tile at least. Minimizes the amount that we're likely to miss. It's like the equivalent of scrubbing floors with a toothbrush at this point. See, if this washer just had 1 point in the ingrained. Just one. But nope. It is 0, I'm fairly sure. I can see just little bits that I'm missing on this, but whatever. See how generous it is. I mean, it doesn't matter how generous it is, I'm still not happy with missing bits at the end of the day. Whatever. Could probably actually take it off like the long extension stuff and just stand closer with the red nozzle. And that's means it's a wider track, so hopefully I shouldn't miss as much. Because what matters is the nozzle, not distance. At this point. As long as it's close enough for the nozzle to actually reach it, basically. Alright. Still little bits missed. Never mind. This corner bit is still platform 4, so let's take care of that. At this rate, this is probably going to be like a 6-part video. It's like a series unto itself just to clean the subway. Hate to think how long the final level is going to take me when I eventually get there. Do definitely need to dedicate a little bit more time to getting this done. Though it was at least nice having a bit of a break and doing the Midgar. I need to do the Tomb Raider one too at some point. Okay, now we're going to need an extension for this, that's for damn sure. Try and do what we can with the yellow. I mean, the yellow is fine for most of it. It's just that mold. It's just that this washer just needs 1 point. as ingrained stains, just one. We could also use like a soap, but I don't have any. More or less resolved not to use soap in this challenge either, because that pretty much just makes it meaningless. I mean, not that I'd have enough to do this whole area anyway, I guess, but even so. For the areas that you did use it, it would just become pretty trivial. So this will at least expose the amount that we're gonna have to go over with the red. We'll do it facing the other way anyway. At least the platform wall starts to become just the top section. Of course, that makes it harder for us to actually reach, so it's a little bit plus, a little bit minus. One seems to be constrained just to one side at least. Where the halfway mark is. I think it's where the screen is. You've got a clock either side and then you've got a screen in the middle. It's kind of weird. You'd expect to have a screen at either end and then just one clock in the middle, but whatever. I didn't design the place. Yeah, almost at the halfway point, I think. And the tunnel ceiling is almost halfway done. But as I say, I'm fairly sure it's just this part of it, and I'm just going to have to go back and pick up all the mold. Unless this just goes all the way down, I can't even remember. Yeah, here's the seam. There. And yeah, then tunnel ceiling starts again. Okay, well, that's as far as we're going to take that. And now we want to look back the other way and use the red on just the bits that are remaining here. I mean, you could also do it on the walls, to be fair. Depends if you want to do it feature by feature or section by section, basically. I mean, there's got to be a lot of up and down action anyway going on. Just keep missing little bits. I don't know how consequential that'll be. Alternative is I could use the turbo nozzle and then just go slow enough that you can see that it's done the full track. That's probably better. Less chance of just missing bits because you can do a slight overlap. If you do miss bits, it's generally easier to see because they'll be at a weird shape. needed to put my coffee over the other side. Scrub it up. Should also do is actually put my gunners on. Slightly less eye strain. So you do have to concentrate quite a lot on this. It may seem like a super relaxing game, and it is, but you are concentrating a fair bit. Well, when you're doing it this way anyway. If you're using the Pro Washer, you don't have to care. You just blast over everything, not a problem. Using the basic washer, you got to pay a lot more attention to what you're doing. You're just going to miss big bits. You can see a few spots that I've missed, just at like the end of each row that I've been doing, but I don't think that'll matter too much. Alright. Go down the seam and create a bit of a margin. Just section off an area that we're going to concentrate on. Fast that little bit there. So you get an idea of what speed to do it at least with the extra long extension, the turbo seems to spin pretty fast, so you're less likely to just do little loops. You will actually end up doing a full line. Because otherwise, if we put it on like the long extension, just goes a little bit slower around, so it's easy to get a sort of wobble. That's it, the track is slightly wider, and I think it's still cleaning everything, because again, it's more about the nozzle, more about the fact that it's the turbo nozzle, the extension. We're close enough regardless, so this gives us a bit of a wider track. Still have to go reasonably slow though, because yeah, missed a few bits back there. The rotational speed of the turbo definitely seems to be slower with each of these. There's more of a wobble on this one, I think. Basically seeing what I can get away with to make a wider track. But if I'm having to go slower anyway, it makes no real difference. Yeah, so I think extra long is a thinner track, but you can move the cursor faster. Bit of a compromise. I think ultimately it's probably worth it, just distance is less likely to matter. Just don't have the risk of it not cleaning properly because it's too far away. Maybe just a little long though, I think. It's good enough compromise. Hey, 5%. We're managing to do more than 1% per 10 minutes, so that's a start. We made pretty slow progress to start with, it felt like. There's little spots that we've missed here and there, but really hoping that's not going to matter too much. I definitely don't want to have to hit tab to see any flies. It's been warm again here, even though it's meant to be autumn, it's like 20s still. So the flies are back breeding again. It's really annoying. And when you're kind of sitting still, they just go, ah, nice place to sit. Why does it feel like we're missing more again? That's weird. I think I'm trying to make the tracks just a bit too far apart. For a map like this, you almost need the percentages to go into decimal points. I'm encouraged by the bar for progression for this feature, as it's been steadily dropping. So much mold on the wall though that I can see on the side there. That's gonna be the next challenge. I guess at least the wall curves, so it's a more equidistant from the top to bottom from where you're standing if you're standing on the far side of the tracks. Still at 5% though. The thing is that the percentage ramped up as I was able to go over with the yellow nozzle and just clear away half of this feature. As soon as you start having to just do turbo, it just stalls. Getting closer, but it's not as low as I would have liked to see. It would have been nice to see it even lower and it dinging about now for it being fairly generous on cleaning this stuff, but no, it's being pretty demanding. This one reminds me of the Cantina song again. I think we've heard this before, or something similar. Very reminiscent. Come on, just ding already. Please, it's gonna make me go back over areas, isn't it? Okay, so we have to be more precise. We've left too many spots. I mean, I guess if I can see the spots from here, then yeah, okay. I know that they're there, but still. Seriously? That looks pretty clean to me, but not clean enough. It's just so close. Just go over some of these spots that I've missed. There's probably some areas that have like really light mold covering large areas that I can actually see. So it probably is worse than it seems, but all I can see is just real minor spots. But there we go, finally. But it's probably just because it was blending in anyway. Okay, well, it's an amount of progress. So the next thing is this wall. We should actually do yellow first, just to get an idea of what there is, rather than going over the whole thing with the turbo, if we don't have to. Though honestly it feels like we're probably going to have to. We may as well, given this, the little bits that we missed on the last one. If we're just going to have to go over the whole area again anyway, does it really matter? It's a fair point. Maybe we just start turboing from here and just work our way down. And we're already missing bits apparently. Maybe we do the extra long after all. Thinner track, but less likely to miss bits along the way, hopefully. Because we know from the ceiling that it's gonna pull us up on those bits that we miss, it seems. Probably want to go all the way down to the bottom of this seam too. As part of the clock actually while we're here. So we could need this angle on it anyway. I guess the clock's about halfway down this half of the platform, so it's kind of the quarter mark. Let's do missing bits. %. I wonder if there's any part of this at all that can just be cleaned using the yellow nozzle, or is it just gonna make me turbo everything? It's gonna be like that one of the houses I did early on. Or like the treetop. Even that wasn't as bad, I think. I think there was decent amounts of the tree house that I could actually do just with the yellow. Don't mind that it says platform ceiling half the time when I'm firing at this. When you're in aim mode, the targeting is still based a lot too much on like where the middle of the screen is and not where your cursor actually is. May as well do some of the screen while I'm here. It's going to need more thorough going over. Much closer, I think. But now we can just work our way back. Yeah, we don't know how close we are. I wonder if the rotational speed's affected by FPS at all. I can't remember if I've got VSync on or not. Would 60 or 144 be better? And it still hasn't dinged. It's really close though. So once again, even though I was doing turbo the whole way along, there's still just little bits that I've missed apparently. They're really hard to see. So, are you seriously going to hold that against me? Actually, it's probably some of these over here that I missed earlier on when I was doing this section. Because I was just using the red. Yeah, there we go. I was just using the red for that. Okay, well, that's a start. Now I guess we want to do this section by section. This here, up here, and do again like tops of the cables and like this side of the brackets. That's way too close for using this nozzle, but whatever. Because yeah, we can only get this side of these brackets. At least the yellow seems to be sufficient for these. Okay, so then it's a case of that can move down. We do the next stretch. Got all this mold. basically just due to the bit between the lights. I'm gonna have to red nozzle or turbo nozzle this entire wall though. This is gonna take forever. Well, we knew it was gonna take a while. There is bits behind this cable, that's annoying. Well, on to the turbo time. Using the little tiles is a bit of a guide, so you can do like the top line, run through the middle, and then do the bottom line. I don't know, maybe we can just do top line and then bottom line? Nah, it's not going to be quite enough. I'm just worried about missing little bits. So run along the top line. And then run through the middle, and then the next one is the top line of the next tile. Fortunately, I don't think it even splits the feature of the blue stripe. That would be a nice way of doing it. It'd be nice if it was top wall, bottom wall. But instead it's just tunnel wall. Not the straightest of lines, but whatever. We're also looking on a slight angle, which makes it difficult. Just go down the edge, I guess. Do the margin a bit. Okay, we need to do the top line still, it seems. Through the middle. And top line. Now the cable's in the way. Part of me wants to just do the cable to get it done. The lights are done at least. Harder to see the tiles when it's this paint. Oh, it's because apparently it's metal, that section. Which is weird. Need tunnel wall stripe to be a thing. See, it's kind of annoying that it's not upper and lower tunnel walls because you just lose all sense of progress when you're doing massive, big features like this. Just never feels like you're really getting anywhere. I don't know if this is any better. I don't think it is. It's just such a thin beam then. It's like I'm not having to go as slowly over, but I'm having to do more lines, so I might as well just take it slow. Do the margin. Probably gonna have to get up close and do the bottom bit separately. This is where co-op would be really handy. You just take different parts. How many lights are there down the wall anyway? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 5 and then 6 is in the middle basically. Okay, so each light section that we're doing here is 20% of the wall, and that's it. I think the cable runs along slightly in front of the wall. We'll worry about that later. At the bottom bit, we could probably just do like short extension and stand a bit closer. Oh, then you got the rotational speed to worry about. We don't seem to be missing anything at least. Oh, he says missing something. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to at least go long. Now we can go up close personal with this one. Let's just do this bit. I guess we can do that all separately anyway. You can see the dangers of just going over too fast. You just see little bits left behind. See little bits that I've missed on the painted strip there as well. It's probably rust as opposed to mold. Maybe we just go over the whole thing with the yellow again, just to clear up what we can. I don't know. I'm hoping there's less mold as you kind of go down the tunnel. Maybe they've concentrated it more at this end. I don't know, the ceiling had it all the way down there. %, we've slowed down again, that's for sure. But why does this sound like walking in a winter wonderland though? Okay. Let's get an idea of how much mold we're working with, shall we? There's where we left the ladder for the sake of the cables. Gonna have to move that to the next step down. Which we can't do in aim mode, that's right. Okay. Let's just try and do what we can with the cable up here. Be nice to just clean the cable. But I'm guessing this keeps going the whole way down. Yeah, I don't think it actually stops in the middle. The walls are separated. or petitioned, but I don't think that cable is, which is kind of weird. So we're trying to make sure that we get the bit of wall that's above it at least. There's the wall that's above the advertising hoardings actually, that's a good point. We already covered that one. Maybe if we put this back here, so we can make sure we get the top of that one. As good as we can do anyway, really. It's a case of making sure that we don't get hung up on stuff like that that should be easily fixable. Fair enough. Stretch as far as we can go with this. Okay, next. Yep. Now we've got moss down this end instead. Well, at least the yellow clears that off entirely. So that's actually quite good. We might start moving a bit quicker once we get to this end. Because the moss comes off with the yellow, unlike mold. Just depends if there's anything underneath it, really. It doesn't look like it. We might be getting a bit lucky. Forgot to do along the top of the advertising hoarding again. Technically we're doing the next half that we weren't going to yet, but whatever. Let's just do a bit. I'm being too encouraged by the fact that it's not mouldy. Making the most of it while I'm here. Feels good to have something actually get clean. Hey, that was quite generous on the cable. That's good. You do that on the whole wall. Nice. Okay. Whee! Back down to the mouldy doldrums. Oh god. So bad. I mean, hey, we picked up an extra percentage at least by doing the cable and some bits of the next wall section. So that's a start. Minute progress. We're only just staying ahead of the curve of about 1% every 10 minutes. 1% every 10 minutes is, well, 6% in an hour, which means 60% in 10 hours. You're starting to understand the scale of this job. If we can get this whole job done in under 10 hours, I'll be impressed. And that'll be because that we've had sections that we didn't just have to turbo relentlessly. If we don't have too many of those, then it could stretch out much longer. We're looking at like a 16-hour overall length. I keep missing all these little bits as well. That's not going to help. Too emboldened by the fact that I was cleaning things at the other end. Forgot that I'm just going to have to take it super slow down here. And we're going to take a break soon. I was hoping to get to like 10% and then take a break, but things are taking a bit longer. Maybe I should just do the whole top section first, and then work my way to the bottom section. I don't know, I don't think it makes much difference. I think there's weird reflections off the edges of the tiles whenever I just slightly move. Very distracting. So we've got that big area in the middle there that doesn't look like it needs anything cleaned on it, but I'm not sure how much I trust that. So am I going to get to the end where I think I've done everything and just going to have to revisit some of those sections for bits that I just can't see properly? Makes me wonder. Please not be moldy underneath. Oh, we might actually be lucky here. I don't see any mold. It's all down the bottom instead. That's really nice. Is there rust on the metal instead? Maybe not. It's a little bit on the left-hand side there. And now it's creeping in again down the bottom here. So there's not much point going over it. So these kind of random gaps where there's no mold. %, yay! That took a while to tick up. Where's the middle anyway? Oh, it's got tiles on it. Good, so I can tell the difference. Let's just do this bit here, so we'll know where we're getting to. Looks maybe less mold at this point as well. Still quite a bit up high, it looks like. But less. So that's where it makes me nervous of whether or not I'm going to miss bits. I can at least tell by the reflection to an extent. Stand reasonably far back even with the yellow nozzle just for this bit. It's either moldy, in which case I need the red anyway, or at least I get a wider beam. Hoping this section's largely mold free. It's a little bit though. Not nearly as rank as down the end of the tunnel though. Come on, 10%. Yay, 10%. There we go. Just as I was goading it. Nice. So yeah, there's a little bit less mold down this side, which is nice. This bit, on the other hand, I haven't even bothered clearing over with the yellow because it's like, well, yeah, you can see the scale of the problem. Right, well, I think that's pretty much the first of the sessions, so it's going to do it in like 10% stages, I think, unless it starts accelerating closer to the end. So we're going to take a short break and come back to it in a sec.